Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen. As-salatu was-salam ala Sayyidil Mursaleen wa ala alihi wa ashabihi ajmain. Amma ba'd. Fa'udhu billahi minash shaitanir rajim. Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Muhammadur Rasulullah. Sadaqallahu al-Aliyyul Azim wa sadaqa Rasulun Nabiyyul Kareem. Praise is due to Allah, whose word cannot be described by speakers, whose bounties cannot be counted by reckoners, whose claim to obedience cannot be satisfied by those who attempt to do so, whom the height of intellectual courage cannot appreciate, the divings of understanding cannot reach, he for whose description no limit is laid down, no eulogy exists, no duration is fixed. Lord Almighty Allah sent His beloved, Holy Majesty, Prophet Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi, in fulfillment of His promise in completion of the prophethood. Please send Durud Sharif in the court of Holy Majesty. Allahumma salli ala Sayyidina Muhammad wa ala ali Sayyidina Muhammad. In respect of the biography of the Prophet of Allah Sallallahu Alaihi, we have been talking about the Bi'asat, the announcement of Holy Majesty Prophet Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi, of his prophethood. It is said that with the revelation of the verses of Surah Iqra, Surah Alaq, Holy Majesty Prophet Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi announced his prophethood. And with the revelation of the verses of Surah Al-Muddassir, Holy Majesty Prophet Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi started inviting people towards the fold of Islam. In other words, the responsibility of Resaalath began with the revelation of the verses of Surah Al-Muddassir. Lord Almighty Allah, when He said, Ya Al-Muddassir, Qum fa'anzir, wa rabbaka fakabbir, wa siyabaka fattahir, wa rujza fahjur. O wrapped in cloth, beloved, arise and warn and praise the exaltedness of your Lord. With these words, Holy Majesty Prophet Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi took up the work of inviting people towards the fold of Islam. There are quite a few traditions. Some scholars of Islam and Seerah, they usually say that the gap after the first revelation was 3 years. In other words, after the revelation of the verses of Surah Iqra, the verses of Surah Muddassir were revealed after 3 years. Some scholars are of the view that it did not take more than 40 days, as it is narrated by Hazrat Ibn Abbas, that it was about 40 days that the revelation of Surah Al-Muddassir was made. But most of the scholars, and I also feel, that the gap between the revelation of Surah Al-Alaq and Surah Muddassir was of just 3 days. And the Prophet of Allah started inviting people. Naturally, the first person who ever embraced Islam and testified in the prophethood of Holy Majesty Prophet Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi was none other than Ummul-Mumineen, the mother of all Muslims, Hazrat Sayyidah Bibi Khadija SallaAllahuAlaihi. And after her, naturally, it was Mawla Kainat Ali al-Murtada, though he was just 8 years old. But he was raised up by Holy Majesty Prophet Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi. So when the Prophet of Allah Sallallahu Alaihi invited him, he embraced Islam. People in reality narrate a tradition that once when Holy Majesty Prophet Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi was offering prayer to Lord Almighty Allah, and Hazrat Sayyidah Bibi Khadija was also offering Salah with the Prophet of Allah Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, Mawla Kainat happened to see that and asked Holy Majesty Prophet Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, what is this? the Prophet of Allah said that we are worshipping Lord Almighty Allah, the Creator, our nourisher and cherisher. And Hazrat Ali said that he would like to also follow Holy Majesty Prophet Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. On that, the Prophet of Allah Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam replied, you take the permission of your father, Hazrat Abu Talib. Maulaya Kainat next day came in the court of Holy Majesty Prophet Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam and said, O Messenger of Allah, I would like to embrace the faith that you have given to us. And when the Prophet of Allah Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam asked, did you ask your father? Did you take his permission? On that, Maulaya Kainat replied, Hazrat Ali replied, just he was of 8 years old. There's a tradition of his being 10 years old as well. He said, I thought last night a lot. A boy of 8 years had this particular capability to think. And he said that I thought last night, the whole night I thought. And I came to this particular conclusion. When Lord Almighty Allah created me and gave me to my father Hazrat Abu Talib, he did not consult Hazrat Abu Talib, my father, to give me, to bestow me, to bless him with me. And why should I consult him to believe in the one who created me? That's why I would like to come under the folds. And Maulaya Kainat was the person who embraced Islam. After Maulaya Kainat, it is also said that his brother, Hazrat Jafar ibn Abi Talib, he also had the honor of embracing Islam. It so happened, once Hazrat Abu Talib saw Holy Majesty Prophet Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam worshipping Lord Almighty Allah in some valley, and he was followed by Hazrat Sayyidah Bibi Khadija SallaAllahuAlaihi and his son Hazrat Ali alayhi salam. Hazrat Jafar, who was the elder brother of Hazrat Ali alayhi salam, he was addressed by Hazrat Jafar in the words, why don't you go and follow your cousin and your brother? So Hazrat Jafar also embraced Islam initially. Then there was this slave of the Prophet of Allah Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, Hazrat Zayd ibn Haritha, and it is said about him, he also embraced Islam. Amongst the friends of the Prophet of Allah, the first person who embraced Islam was Hazrat Abdullah ibn Quhafa. In other words, as Abu Bakr. He also had the honor of embracing Islam in the initial stages. Dear servants of the Prophet of Allah, that the first order that Holy Majesty Prophet Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam received after he was commanded to declare his prophethood was the order, the command pertaining to namaz, pertaining to salah, pertaining to the worship of Lord Almighty Allah. It is said that Hazrat Jibreel came and took Holy Majesty Prophet Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam to a particular valley. There, with his wing, he hit the ground and there gushed forth one spring. He performed wuzu, and Holy Majesty Prophet Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam also performed wuzu and offered 2 rakats of prayer. And this was the prayer, this was the namaz salah that was there up until 5 times of prayer had been made obligatory on Muslims after Miraj. Up until Miraj, only 2 times of prayer, which carried 2 rakat, was made obligatory on all the Muslims, whoever came under the folds of Islam. And the timings were also before the sunrise and before the sun set. These were the timings in which 2 rakats of prayer used to be offered by Holy Majesty Prophet Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. And those initial Muslims who had declared their faith in the oneness of the Lord and the messengership of Holy Majesty Prophet Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. These words and conclude my talk. Inshallah, I will continue this. Please send Durud Sharif in the court of Holy Majesty. Allahumma salli ala Sayyidina Shafina Habibana Nabiyana Mawlana wa ala Mu'minin Seerah Khadijatul Kubra wa Ummul Mu'minin Ali al-Murtada wa Sayyid Thabit Rasul Fatimatu Zahra wa Masal Mustafa wa Sayyid Shuhada Abdullah Hussain wa alihi wa barik.